Hello, and welcome to day 31 of 100 Days of Tonalism. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the study I've done today is by Charles Harry Eaton, and it's called Sunset After a Storm. Charles Harry Eaton is not the same guy as Charles Warren Eaton. I'm actually not even clear what their relationship between the two of them might be, except that I believe Charles Warren Eaton was the more famous of the two. Anyway, I have found a link to Charles Harry Eaton on Artsy, and I'll be sure to include that with today's blog post. There's a little biography here, which I'll read to you now. Charles Harry Eaton was born in 1850 and died in 1901. His biography is as follows. Tonalist painter and prize-winning watercolorist, Charles Harry Eaton was largely self-taught and developed a sultry, low-tone style that spoke to George Inness's notion of the human landscape. Intimate, out-of-the-way places where the presence of man is only detected in old stone walls and worn cart tracks. Eaton's charming compositions impart upon closer examination surprising and captivating passages of expressive gestural paint handling, in which the subtle patterns impart detail and both focus and please the eye. Towards 1900 he died in 1901. Eaton's paint handling became freer and more sensuous, his brushstrokes energized with subjective feeling, more gestural than chromatic, and often blended on the canvas surface to create ambiguous, blurry forms. This late work moved beyond simple portrayal of the seasons to the approximation of them in the very texture of his pigments. And this is a guy that was really into paint handling. He's got some really awesome paintings here on Artsy. Like I said, I'll be including a link to his work, and you can come and check him out for yourself. The cool thing about Artsy is that you can zoom in on a lot of the works there and really get a feel for the brushstroke and handling. Now this is a bit of a longer video today. I noticed it 5 minutes, so you'll have to forgive me if I just stray off into talking about my own work, since that's my primary occupation and what I'm 14 subjects, and starting with this tonalist 100-day project, I began using a digital frame for my reference instead of printing out my reference, and so far I'm quite happy with it. But one thing I've noticed right off the bat is that I think because this frame doesn't capture as many of the warm yellow tones, that the paintings I'm creating while using this frame as a reference tend to have a cleaner, more modern look. And so that's interesting how little things like that can really affect your painting. Just thought I'd impart that to you guys. I've been sort of suspecting it for a while, but actually, as I've been putting up all these tonalist pieces for this series, I've noticed the studies I've made are a lot less yellow, and actually I think a lot of them benefit from that, and I think my painting too may benefit from that. There are times when I will take a little bit of a color from Gildan, who's a manufacturer of oil paints, called Transparent Earth Yellow, and a little bit of linseed oil, or my archival brand Alcoid oil, and I will smear them together, and then I will rub that over the top of the paint, which gives you a really nice effect of actually, you can get some yellows in your clouds that there's no other way to get. It's almost impossible to paint. You can paint things a bit lighter and kind of give them a nice crisp yellow feeling. It's quite handy. Anyway, I can see we're getting close to the end of the video. Thanks for joining me for day 31, and Charles Harry Eaton, he thanks you as well. Come back tomorrow for day 32. And meanwhile, if you'd like to see more of my work, you can go to landscapepainter.co.nz, and we'll see you tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay out of trouble and take good care.